Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well. It's a triple. Oh, look at Dahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Hello and welcome back, as I am frantically trying to fix my overlays. The team switched sides. I thought they were going to have Texas A&M on the right-hand side. Instead, today we're going to see him on the left. Looks like I got it ready to go from my end. I'm going to tell these guys I'm ready to go in lobby. I didn't find out who the bands were, or what the map bands were, rather. But I do see map number 1 here, and I should say the matchup. Of course, we have Texas A&M up against Arizona State University here for our second half of this doubleheader. If you guys were here earlier, appreciate you stopping back for the second half of this. They did drop Texas A&M. They did drop that first match up against Cal Poly. So looking to rebound here, and we are right into our first map of this matchup. And here's our draft. It's Cursed Hollow. This is the map selection of Texas A&M. Let me write this up here versus ASU, and this is Cursed Hollow. Shout out to those of you who followed during the break. LOL Alterations, Mike Hawk. I'm going to pronounce that Mike Hawk. Very creative. Very creative, Mike. You got me to say it on stream. Congrats. Also, shout out to Streamo Colada for stopping in and checking out the stream. We got a great matchup here. Both these squads very high up in the standings in the Tespa Collegiate series. I want to assume ASU won their earlier matchup today, and now they're going to be facing off against Texas A&M. And A&M, they need to rebound because that loss earlier to Cal Poly is going to set them back from making their march up the top of the standings, their second loss of the season. They banned out an Abathur. White Mane was banned out by ASU. Now ASU looking at their second ban. See if they want to take away like the Genji that's run so often. Instead, it's gonna be the Hanzo. I think is a smart pick. They could have left it open for themselves. We saw the Hanzo in our last map we just cast. The Hanzo just able to take away all the bosses they wanted and really helped to win that match for the Pomona Ponies. But number 1 in innovation, it's a bit of a tongue twister. Number 1 in innovation, they ban out the Hanzo. Of course, this team is a former Heroes of the Dorm Championship squad. New players, of course, on the team, but formerly captained by Michael Udall. They have had a great showing here in the Heroes of the Dorm circuit in years past, and they're looking to get started. We see Chris Yee on this team. Very, very impressive player. Will he be enough to lead his squad to victory over Texas A&M? We're going to find out within the hour, as Urel is the first hero chosen after we saw Diablo banned away for the 3rd time this afternoon by Texas A&M. Now they are looking at their 1-2 picks. They get the global Dahaka for Mizono. Pick number 2 still 5 seconds away. See what they want to do with that. Yeah, Space Bacon's Tyrande. That'll do. So Dahaka, Tyrande, 2 heroes that we have not yet seen this afternoon from over here on twitch.tv/murderrg, but we will get a look right now on Cursed Hollow, and I just heard it. Yes, it was Mr. Shimada of the Genji variety picked up by ASU. They're going to get the Deckard Cain to pair with it. Deckard Genji. Write that down in my book. Awesome. So now, final bans of Cursed Hollow. They still need a tank on both sides. So do they want to continue choking these out at all? I don't know. Yeah. It's going to be a Nubrak banned out, so taking away a Cocoon. Perhaps signaling they want to play a mage of sorts. I don't. Maybe it's just like the Maiev they played in game number 1. We'll see. But a Nubrak banned out. A noob, and then the final ban for ASU. Did they want to get rid of a tank? It's gonna be Cho. So no cheese, no Cho. No fun for you guys in Twitch chat land. Mike here in chat stopping in. Congratulations once again for getting me. The big fat 7-month sub from my boy Repsychic. Appreciate it. Welcome to the RG family. The captain of Regen Red stopping in once again. Throwing some support at his main man Murda. Muradin, the selection for Texas A&M. Getting the Rainer as well, which they've now played in. This will be their 3rd game of the afternoon, putting Edgardo GL on Rainer. Really trying to put their focus on this hero, but thus far they have not found the damage they need. But I think Rainer's so strong into Genji, one of really the only assassins that can really deal with him. There's a Garrosh Greymane selection from ASU, and that is a deadly frontline now with the Garrosh to Greymane able to hop in as well if he finds a toss. The Genji damage there, any target that Garrosh can get a pick off on should be destroyed. So we'll find out what happens there. Garrosh Greymane, a fine 4-5 selection there for ASU. Greymane will give them opportunity to do some murking as well. Helps on the bosses, helps with siege. Final pick's going to be Mephisto, and I can only assume Hello is going to be on that hero, so we'll see how he can do on that. Mephisto. The Lord of Pain, I think someone told me. I think that's it. Lord of Pain, something like that. So let me know in chat. I always ask you guys, I gotta know, who do you think is gonna win? If your vote is for Texas A&M, hashtag TAMU in chat. If you think ASU is gonna win, if you're rooting for #1 in innovation, hashtag ASU. Let's find out what you guys think. I honestly think the side of ASU looks deadly as you see them rocking those Lily portraits right now. But it all depends on Chris Yee. If he can find a toss, the lockdown should just be there. The Deckard Cain, Scroll of Sealing, you got the Greymane leaping on the Genji as well. But ladies and gents, we are into game number 1. Cursed Hollow, the Raven Lord introducing the map for us. But on the left-hand side, we got Texas A&M University Space Bacon playing the Tyrande Hello. As mentioned on that Mephisto, Sparky playing Muradin. Mizono, he's on Dahaka. And for the 3rd time this afternoon, it's Edgardo GL on the Rainer. Over on the right-hand side, we got Arizona State University's #1 in innovation squad. We got Epic Meme on the Deckard Cain, Lupus on Urel, Chris Yee playing the Garrosh, Force King on the Genji, and who's our last hero? There it is, Felipe on the Greymane. First toss of the game is Muradin, trying to jump on top of his Greymane, but Sparky with that dwarf toss, he's safe, he's fine. Sparky's like, I'm not that scared, I got second wind as well to get this health back, don't even need Tyrande. Although that cocktail from Greymane will interrupt any healing coming out for the time being. Chris Yee landing some ground breakers, Lupus jumping in on this wave, getting stunned out by a Stormbolt from the Muradin. Hello taking a ton of damage as he used the Shade of Mephisto, trying to get a bit of damage with his Nova, but ended up taking a lot in the exchange. Teams now splitting off to their lanes. Bottom will be Dahaka versus Urel. I'll throw these level 1 talents on your screen as well so you can get a look at those. Mizono versus Lupus. Missing the tongue there is Mizono. Mid lane's going to be a 2v3 for now as Greymane working on the first siege camp of the game. Here's Felipe on that. And up top, a matchup I said Edgardo GL should have the better half of. It's Rainer against Genji, as we do see these teams asking for a pause, and the pause has been granted. So back over to our webcam scene. Do I have music on? I do have music on. It's just quiet right now. So quiet! Why are we so quiet? I'm rocking the Super Mario Kart shirt. My green screen makes Yoshi look like the Dark Yoshi. Unfortunately, Yoshi's one of my favorites. I don't know if you guys saw my my Yoshi collection. Look, the green screen just messes with Yoshi. He's actually green. But fun little break. Lobby host is supposed to pause, isn't it? They keep changing, I think. Whoever needs the pause is. And then the ref, who's Murda. Wait, am I ref? I'm not ref. I'm just spectator. They can't even see what I'm typing, so whatever. They think I'm ref. I don't. Well, I think they're figuring it out. Votes coming in though in chat. We are on a 3-minute delay this afternoon. Yeah, so I can't type to them. I'm an observer. I don't even think I can. Can I message? Hello? I am not ref. Maybe that went. Okay, votes coming in. 1 vote for Texas A&M, 1 vote for ASU. Yes, Bobofitos. This is a best of 3. Shout out to FWC Esports. Looking like they were playing really well this season over in NGS. Excited to see what the Open Div is going to have in store for them coming up during 2019. So we're still sitting in a pause. These teams kind of figuring out who can unpause. It's not me, I can tell you that. He's just OBS. So hello, just let him know. Awesome. Readies are being asked, so I'm going to bring us back to the game. We ready? We ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, and we are back in the action. Level 2 to level 2. Greymane still working on this siege camp. It's now been like 5 minutes. I've seen Greymanes clear this faster, but Felipe, you really got to work on that. 5 minutes to cap it. Rainer, that's Edgardo GL. He's making his way over to match. Of course, that tribute, it's spawning up top in this location here. So the camp from Texas A&M, it won't get as much value. Just because the heroes are all going to move up to this lane, they will be able to clear it out. Down bottom, Dahaka's here. He should be able to clear out this siege camp as well. We'll see what Mizona can do, but Yarel so far is actually doing a pretty great job of being bully. There's a drag pulling one of them into tower range, so 1 giant down. Second one going to get dark swarmed. Lupus going to bash him away from it, though. Great job by Yarel. And until Dahaka hits level 4, he's really just half of a hero. He's got to play nervous in lane, of course. We did see him go into tissue regen, so that'll help his sustain. And we'll see if he wants to go Hero Stalker at 4, which is probably my favorite talent. But up against a Garrosh, I don't. It's a little suspect because you can't exactly just sit in there, spin on heroes, and try to get your essence. But we'll find out. Level 4s are here, and instead it's going to be one who collects for Dahaka. Going to be able to finish off that siege camp as well. Mid lane, trying to get the clear out. Chris Yee looking for a toss. Shade of Mephisto will come right back, but a great stun there by Space Bacon. That lunar flare was money in protecting from the toss from Chris Yee. So heads up play from Space Bacon, potentially saving the day there. Bruiser Camp still pushing this mid, and it's getting a lot of value. This mid wall is under pressure. Murden will start the channel, see if Genji can get here in time to make an interrupt. Looks like he will not, as he's dealing with a siege camp here. So first tribute in favor of Texas A&M, but a little bit of a level lead for ASU, as they got that wall down mid, the structural advantage. Can I cover it? Where is it? Here we go. So structure XP, 500 in favor. 500 to 250 in favor of ASU. Up top, let's take a peek at this. Felipe in a bush. He's waiting to jump on Hello, but Hello playing at the top half of the lane will be safe. Now these teams are starting to think about what they can do before the next tribute, and it's going to be Texas A&M looking at their Bruiser Camp, which they did not get thus far. Sparky's here as well, Edgardo GL and Space Bacon, and they'll be able to get this out. Tribute spawning right next door, so they'll have positional advantage when they get there. Dahaka in this bottom lane, still dealing with Yarel. Both teams almost level 7. Actually, ASU does get the level 7 talents right there. Mephisto's still up top. He's got to make his way down, as he's locked in by that scroll ceiling. Felipe working on this wall. Cocktail does hit hello, so has to use a well tap. Gets a globe as well, so he'll be full health, full mana heading down here to the second tribute of the game. Texas A&M up so far 1-0 with a bruiser camp pushing mid. See if anyone from ASU wants to spend time clearing that out. But A&M looking like they could be in position, especially with this defensive spot almost bunkered in with this wall here on their half of the map. Edgardo GL going to start the channel. Chris Yee going to be here. Throws out a groundbreaker, hits 2. Sparky now here. Going to try to interrupt this Garrosh and the delaying capabilities that Chris Yee has. Bruiser Camp being left at mid. Scroll of Ceiling coming out, not going to hit anything. Sparky, he's here, has Dwarf Toss if he needs it. Also getting supported by Space Bacon. Still waiting on Mephisto to make his way down here. I don't know what Hello is doing, but his team is now giving up a lot in this fight. Toss on Edgardo. First blood of the game for Arizona State University. Looking for more. Sparky getting stunned out with that Groundbreaker. Force King on top. But Dwarf Toss from Sparky is enough to get him back. So it's going to be a 1-0. The tribute going over to ASU. Lupus grabbing that, heading back to his bottom lane. Mizono never left. Stayed there the whole time. XP about even as Mephisto's working on this siege camp. He has such a tough time killing these things. We'll see if he's able to do it effectively with his Novas and stuff. But they like to just get right on top of you and prevent you from really getting the damage out. So here's Edgardo. Says, please help me with this. Hello's going to get up to the lane. And Edgardo back to his duties of playing Merc Power Force on these camps.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute to this
Tribute spawning top means Dahaka will get a bit of extra value over Urel. Has that Brushstalker available. Mephisto up top pushing the lane out, but here comes Genji on top. Hello should, I think, just about have his well tap available, but should be able to get some supporting from Toronto. He's going to walk down, see if he wants to play for this globe here. No, he's going to give it up. He's going to go ahead and use the well tap. So not available for Hello is a secondary tap or a re-engagement tool with his well for this fight. Felipe working on the mid bruiser camp along with Lay Epic Meme as Chris Yee begins the channel. Space Bacon checking the bush. Sees that no one's there. Sparky has the interrupt with Stormbolt. Dahaka still bottom. See if he wants to brush stock in or if he's playing for level 10s. Looks like they might just want to delay, find the 10s, then take the fight. But you do see ASU, they just got their level 10s. Putting those up on your screen is the go for the throat. We have the Lornado D-Blade. Warlord's challenges there, locking in as well with that Scroll of Ceiling. Now both teams breaking out. Starfall getting a lot of value. Greymane very low. Felipe could be first of all in this fight. He is. Force King also low. There is that Consume Souls. Get some kills. Chris Yee also low, getting dragged back by Mizono. And it's a triple kill for Texas A&M. They're going to get their second tribute of the game. They're right next to this boss, but they're deciding not to get it. They want to defend their mid fort. Hello is also a little bit low on health. They're going to go ahead and just sustain through the push that was coming out from these mercs. Maybe move down to their boss and set it up for their Curse Point, which is about to be here. But a huge triple kill. Great job by Space Bacon. That Starfall was just money. Consume Souls got value. Of course, Consume Souls up against his Garrosh will be a fantastic tool. Checking bosses. Hello. Doesn't have his team there yet, but here they come. They do indeed want this boss. They will be traded out as up top we see Felipe and squad. That Greymane able to get through this boss health very quickly. So bosses exchanged. Tribute spawning up top means that Texas A&M will have a better angle to defend. And with that Owl scouting it out, they know exactly what is about to be in front of them on their plate. Boss grabbed on the bottom left. Boss grabbed on the top right. Tribute number 4 is spawning. Set up in position is ASU. They're in the red. And they're trying to win this battle of the red squads. And see if A&M, they want to clear this boss or if they want to take the tribute. But so far it looks like they just want to clear out the boss. They can afford to give one of them away, one of these tributes away. They don't have to play ultra aggressive, but we'll see. Maybe Mephisto wants to use a little bit of a shade, get in here and interrupt it. Tyrande got interrupt number 1. Dahaka coming in for interrupt number 2. Boss is taking plenty of damage, so they don't have to worry about too much of it. Theirs is still pushing bottom, and here's the fight. Starfall once again getting value on top of a lot of these members. Now inside, but first the fall is going to be Tyrande. She's down. Edgardo GL on the backside fall into that Dragon's Blade. Force King coming out strong with the D-Blade. There's a tongue on Lupus. Still has his Ardent Defender if he wants to get some health back as Force King. Still finding kills on the backside. 300 health, gets some potions, hops over the wall. Now looking at the Haka, looking to make this a mega kill. Will Mizono be able to survive? I do not believe so. Genji trying to finish off the job. 100 health and Mizono's down. It's a mega kill. Boss still alive in the bottom lane. Got through a fort. But what a fight from ASU, coming out big there. Able to finish off the Tyrande early in the fight. Just meant easy money from there. Space Bacon was getting the value from the Starfall. Was getting resets on his Q. But just... he fell. He died. And that was it for the sustain. As Tribute number 5, both teams on Curse Point are making their way over to this. Siege Camp pushing up top. Dahaka is going to be sent to clear that out. Yrel starting this channel. Sparky going to try to get there in time. Should be able to. Does have a Stormbolt interrupting Yrel. Lupus going to start the channel yet again. They're just going to spam click it. Knowing Dahaka's not here yet. He should have a Brush Stalker. He should be able to make it in here right as he finishes out that Siege Camp that is just devastating that top lane. They are on level 13s, so look for Dahaka. Here he comes. Here it is. Mizono. Brush stalked in. That's a Lunar Flare missing. Consume Soul's trying to finish off Greymane, but he doesn't die. He's 300 health. Starfall there. Lord Nado helping push back some members, and Greymane able to come back in with that go for the throat. Gets the kill. Finishing off Tyrande again. But A&M, they don't want to leave. They know that some of these heroes on the side of ASU are very low. And they want to stay in as long as they can, trying to find this tribute. It's Curse Point for both these teams. They cannot afford to give it away. Look, that's a tongue. Genji, he could fall. Drops his protect. Oh, he tries to get out with the slash. What the heck is that? Man, pulling a blank on Genji right now. Yeah, Swift Strike. God, why couldn't I think of Swift Strike? But anyway, 5v4. Tyrande back on the map, desperately trying to get in here. Sparky playing Delayer again on this Muradin. There's a drag. Warlord's Challenge going to save today. Lord Nado pushing back ASU. Sparky's low. D-Blade on top of him. Force King, though, in trouble. Space Bacon putting out plenty of supporting. And Genji's down. Could be more as the drag is there from Mizono. He's got that Feeding Frenzy trying to finish off more. They find the Greymane. It's a triple kill for ASU. They're going to get the tribute. They're going to actually try to push forward and potentially get this camp that's here. Looking for Deckard Cain, who's no mana, dropping the BM spray. But that's a curse. 5 members from ASU in this bottom lane. They want the keep. Hello, he's here, getting through this wall. Edgardo now showing up. He has Rainer's Raider, which is helping put out some of that auto attack damage, as now they are on this keep. No towers, no minions. They're cursed, and this should be keep number 1. Only Chris Yee here in defense. Here comes Force King. Doesn't have his Dragon's Blade for another 55 seconds, as keep number 1 is down in favor of Texas A&M. Now trying to prevent the backs are ASU. They're still on even talents. Felipe jumping in, trying to defend. Actually popping Essence is Mizono. He's back up to full health. This is where Mephisto shines in these big clumps. Starfall down as well. Loop is very low. Ardent Defender coming out in 1 second, but the Cursed Souls gets to him first. There goes Greymane. Ardent Defender finally from Yrel, but they've lost 2 heroes. Garrosh is down. Make it 3 with Yrel falling. Sparky still looking for more. Dwarf tossing forward. They did lose their Tyrande for the 3rd time in this matchup. But what a great curse for them. They got the keep down. They're getting a fort mid. This fort up top's about to fall. And the structural advantage now for for Texas A&M. Almost said ASU there. Is enormous. Siege Camp pushing bottom lane. This mid under pressure. Only a Deckard Cain in defense. So a lot of their structures taking a ton of damage. Siege Camp's available. Rainer working on the Bruisers. Dahaka and Mephisto going to work on the Siege Camp up top. But you can't count out ASU yet. They are on Curse Point. 2 tributes already picked up for them. And if they get their next one, they're looking good. They also have this boss available, which, if they can get their curse, will mean it's pushing through a keep. But either way, this thing's going to be up against this keep. They're exchanging, but bottom lane, this boss pushing onto a core. Someone from ASU will have to play defense, because this boss is enough, especially this late in the game. to get through a core by itself with the catapults also stacking up in lane. One's already up there. Second one very close by. And look at this. Texas A&M, they're saying we're going for it here with this boss. Let's try to end it. Kill count 9-8. Teams are about even. Catapults here. Chris Yee here on his Garrosh. Getting stunned out. Let's see what those stacks are. 26 now on Perfect Storm for Muradin. So he's ready to rock and roll as Sparky. Boss almost here, but not quite. Garrosh very low. Pops out Indomitable. There's the Warlord's challenge. Oh, big damage, and Garrosh is down. Boss now showing up. Dragon Blade on the backside trying to get Space Bacon, but this time Space Bacon not falling. Consumed Souls not quite enough to finish off Felipe. He survives with a little bit of shielding from Deckard Cain. Backside Force King, he's low. Mephisto getting a lot of spread damage with that Nova as the boss walking onto core. The Epic Meme is now down. A double kill for Texas A&M. Here's Force King back from base, got some health for himself. Felipe jumping in, doesn't have that go for the throat, and he's gonna fall. Space Bacon surviving through all of it, and game number 1 will go over to the Maroon 5 from Texas A&M University. All right, so A&M looking good in that one. They pick up the win on Cursed Hollow, their map of choice. Big damage coming out from Mephisto. Hello, making up for a couple of games where he didn't get the better half of the assassin matchups. Here's a look at those talents if you wanted to check those out. We're going to be taking a short 3-minute break, setting up game number 2. This is a best of 3 series between Texas A&M and Arizona State University. You guys are beautiful. Hang tight, and we'll be right back. twitch.tv/MurdaRG. I'm your host, Murda, of course. Thank you for popping in for the second half of this doubleheader. It's Texas A&M versus ASU. So far, Texas A&M, they're up 1-0 in this set. Trying to bounce back after their loss earlier to Cal Poly. Teams are in the lobby. I'm going to let them know I'm ready. If I actually type in the lobby chat, I'm ready. There we go. But so far, so good for Texas A&M. They had a pretty good showing for their Cursed Hollow map, their pick. This time, we're headed over to Battlefield of Eternity. Once again, the selection of Texas A&M. A map that they like. I think this used to be a map that they did like. Didn't end up getting a chance to play it in their first set. They played it a lot in the past, but more recently, they've been playing a lot of Cursed Hollow, as evidenced by the two map selections today. But Battlefield of Eternity, a map that they like to get on, and we'll see how they can perform here, trying to close out the series. Up 1-0 in this best of 3. Looks like both teams are ready, and here we go into the draft. Battlefield of Eternity is the choice, and first to ban will be ASU. Game number 1, we saw them take away the white main Hanzo and Cho. See if they want to set their focus back on the white main here on BOE. But perhaps want to get rid of that Tyrande. It actually looked really good. They were able to kill Space Bacon a bunch. But some of the supporting that came out was just tremendous. The Starfalls were always on point. It seemed like ASU just stacked right inside those Starfalls at times. The damage combination coming out from Mephisto and Raynor that time was much better than the first set of matches we saw this evening. But game number 2 should be a different story, especially if you're an ASU fan here in chat. They're looking to turn this around, bring us to game number 3. First ban 5 seconds away, taking their time is ASU, and it will be the white main. All right, now A&M on the clock, quickly taking away the Hanzo, which is a hero they love to play, but do not want to play against it on BOE. His kill potential on the Immortals, the race is just too strong. They don't want to deal with it. 10 seconds for the second ban. It's going to be your Rel, banned out by ASU. Now A&M back on the clock. Probably the Diablo is my guess. They haven't wanted to play against them all day. Instead, it's going to be the Genji, leaving the Diablo open. They might have to play against it. Genji taken away. Played so well in game number 1. But here, game number 2, not going to be an option. It's going to be Abathur for ASU. He can get value here, but they're going to be a little suspect until level 10. Greymane chosen, stolen away by A&M. ASU played it in game number 1, and you know, again, he had some of the kill potential, had to go for the throw, was able to finish off that Tyrande a couple times, and they get the Diablo for themselves. So A&M, their draft strategy right now is just make sure we're getting them off their comforts. And the Diablo pick, I love to see it because they've been banning it out all night, and now they get an opportunity. He's available, and they're going to take him for themselves. And up against his Abathur potential dive composition, having that Greymane is taking away such a great option for the clone. So here's going to be the Phoenix taken away to reduce the synergy between the Lightning Breath and the Purification Salvo. And they're going to get the Garrosh again, which they liked playing it in game number 1, looked good. And they're going to try to go back to it here in game number 2 up against the Diablo. Now I'm just hoping they bring out their Nexomania skins on these two, the Diablo and the Garrosh, and really get to a wrestling match for us. Bans, final ban here. For A&M is going to be Samuro, who has such a niche strategy here, especially if you can get that Deckard Cain as well. The Samuro can be so valuable, but it's going to be a Samuro ban and the Tyrande ban, which now means option for a support pick for Space Bacon. Do they want to get that Deckard Cain? I would not be surprised one bit with Whitemane and the Tyrande banned out. See Deckard Cain, and perhaps they take something for Mizono here. There's the Deckard, and it's going to be Zeratul. That could be Hello playing the Zeratul. We'll see how that works out for them. But you saw the Deckard coming from a mile away. This is now putting the support pool pretty low for A&M, or excuse me, for ASU. They're going to go with the Stukov, a hero that gave A&M a lot of trouble in our first set of the afternoon. And a Varian. What type of Varian? We don't know quite yet. But it's Stukov Varian, the final picks there. An Abathur clone target. Is it a Twin Blades Varian? I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys know in chat? I don't know. Final pick, A&M on the clock. 3 seconds here for Battlefield of Eternity. They need something for the solo lane. It's going to be Mizono's Blaze. Back on the Blaze. Let me know in chat. You guys know the drill. Vote with your typing. If you want to vote for Texas A&M, hashtag TAMU in chat. If your vote is for Arizona State University, hashtag ASU in chat. Game number 1 was about an even split. But here we go. Map number 2. A&M up 1-0 in the best of 3 series. ASU looking to rebound with an Abathur composition on Battlefield of Eternity. Chris Yee once again resuming his role on Garrosh. Force King moving over from that Genji over to Phoenix. Will he be the clone target, or will it be the Varian? Is Varian going to pull out something here? Is it going to be Twin Blades? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm assuming it's going to be the Colossus Smash, but time will tell once we get level 4. Here we go. Game number 2. Battlefield of Eternity. On the left-hand side, it's Texas A&M University. The Maroon 5 led up here by Mizono up front on the Blaze. Edgardo GL on Greyman. Hello playing that Zeratul. Sparky on Diablo. And playing the old man, Deckard Cain. It's Space Bacon. Over on the right-hand side, we got Arizona State University. #1 in innovation. The epic meme on the Stukov. Chris Yee on the Garrosh playing Phoenix as Force King. Lupus will be your slug tonight on the Abathur. Up top, it's Varian, played by Felipe. A&M, they're roaming through the jungle, trying to see what they can find. Nothing yet. Holding this bush is Diablo. They're going to try to get something on this Varian when he pokes out in lane. But so far, taking it easy. See if Abathur can scout with some mines in this bush. So far, nothing. And that's going to be it. Varian playing safe by the wall. Garrosh now, he's trying to see what he can find. Subscriber coming out from Jacarius. Holy moly. Appreciate the love, my man. Thank you for stopping in this afternoon. Mizono here, he's in defense in this bottom lane. Up top is where we see the Abathur lane. He's going to dig all the way down to the bottom to join up with Varian, as they have totally switched the meta. The solo lane is now the bottom lane. Hello on that Zeratul. He's trying to blink around and didn't find any damage on the Phoenix. The shielding too strong. Sparky picking up globes, doing his thing. See who wants to make the first move onto one of these siege camps. Chris Yee, he's going to look at it, sees no one's there. Space Bacon, he's going to look at it, sees no one's there. Zeratul roaming down bottom. I want to make sure you guys can see this attempt on Varian, who's checking out a siege camp there as well. But hello, holding this bush. Playing the silent assassin right now, so we'll be nice and quiet here on the call for you. See if Hello can get in and find anything, but so far Varian, he's playing very safe. Does Hello want to make an attempt at this? It doesn't look like he will. So that's all we're going to watch. Back up top, Sparky. He took a little bit of damage. Oh, excuse me, camera. Camera floop there. Really no action going on. It looks like these teams are content and waiting for the first Immortal of the game. Race should be in favor of A&M, at least early. Maybe we see a Twin Blades come out, but here comes a fight looking on top of Force King, and that warp was not enough to get Phoenix back to safety. Scroll is sealing, not going to lock in Garrosh. Chris Yee, he's saved 50% health. Of course, has that armor as well. Space Bacon now telling his team, let's get on this Khazra camp immediately. Chris Yee sees it, might be calling up some help, but Phoenix just now spawning. Groundbreaker is the only sort of stall that Chris Yee has, and it will be a camp in favor of Texas A&M. Now going to make the rotation over to their bruiser camp. 2 minutes and 30 seconds means they should be just in the nick of time getting this out for the Immortal Phase number 1. Cosmos up top will be supported here by Hello. So no free clear, but Force King will do the clearing on his Phoenix. Still no one looking at this bruiser camp. Now finally walking over is Stukov. Varian going to join in. Level 4 was picked up. And ladies and gents, this is a Twin Blades of Fury variant. Immortal number 1, and with that Twin Blades, it will give them a bit of race. So we'll see how they want to utilize their variant. Will they be able to send him over and get the value? Is there enough lockdown from this Blaze, from this Diablo, to shut down the auto-attacking of something like a Twin Blades variant? We'll find out. Scroll of Ceiling is the first to play. Will root in the Phoenix as they back up. They have a bit of a lead, Texas A&M, in this race. Playing a bit defensive on their half of the map. Do they want to take a fight? There you see the Varian. He's on top of this Immortal, and Sparky sees it. They're like, oh my god, this is a Twin Blades Varian. We got to do something. And now they're into the defense. Greymane's here as well. One of the best racers they have. They're just going to play the delay game. Oh, missing the stun, though. But Epic Meme still in trouble. And Stukov, first of all in the fight. Sparky could follow. Counter killed there by ASU. Felipe low on the Varian. Edgardo trying to finish him off, but he's too low. Has to get some supporting from Decker Kane. Groundbreaker going to slow down Edgardo. Warping out his Phoenix into a boss stun, but he's an aggressive warp. Trying to finish off Hello. Instead, finishing off the Greymane. And now they're going to be able to push this halftime. Varian's still alive. Chris Yee flipping back Mizono. Jet Propulsion going to stun him out, but Mizono in a tough spot. Potions coming out from Decker Kane. Can Mizono survive? The root is there. He will survive. Warping forwards Phoenix. Force King full shielding. No fear from Fen 9 as Felipe playing this Varian back on the Immortal, racing it down. And this should be the first objective of the game, going over to the Abathur squad. Something that they should not be having happen, but it does. They're on their way to level 7, very close, as Abathur is able to double soak some of those lanes out there in that as well. Defensive lane will be this bottom side. Greymane here with the Zeratul, Diablo, Deckard Kane. Up top, it will be a split push from ASU. They're going to leave the Immortal. Greymane's going to stay in solo clear duty as the rest of the squad being called up by Mizono to try to defend this top fort. What a great split pressure decision here by ASU. They're going to get rooted in. It's a double root onto the Stukov and the Varian. Here's Mizono, Jet Propulsion trying to lock in Garrosh, but Chris E, no fear, as always, dropping out those Groundbreakers, making sure that his team's able to disengage. They do. Safely. Down bottom, Immortal's down, not before the wall is down. Well, very close to being down as well. Yes, it does fall. Edgardo, the only one in defense there still, as this top Khazra camp going to be scouted by both squads. Chris Yee holding the aggressive spot in the corner. They don't know Force King's here. The Epic Meme as well with the Stukov, but they're down numbers in the fight. It is a 4v3, and Texas A&M should be able to get this. Missing Jet Propulsion's Mizono. Drops the Pyromania, so his trait's on cooldown. But that should be okay. They're not going to be looking for too many fights for a while. Level 7 talents on your screen. Fire Stomp build being continued by Diablo. It is Wizened Duelist from Greymane, so Edgardo GL, he's going to have to stay alive. Can be tough sometimes going into the Wizened Duelist up against a Garrosh, because you get those extra stacks from being in Worgen form and getting swipes there, but he takes it nonetheless over the Quicksilver bullets, which, in my opinion, I don't know. It definitely will help with the race here on BOE, but a bit risky, as mentioned, up against his Garrosh. Hello, waiting in the bush, seeing if he can find anything. Level lead right now for ASU as they're dropping the mules to heal up this top wall. So all that damage will be regenerated. Down bottom, Twin Blades Varian putting in work up against Blaze. Had that Khazra camp as well. Setting their sights on the bruisers is Edgardo. Let's take a look down bottom. Mule was able to heal back up these turrets. They're on full health once again. Abathur comp getting value, especially when these members of A&M are not able to finish off the structures. Varian already on top of this Immortal with the Twin Blades. He's going to start ripping through first. On the other side, Edgardo GL with that Greymane. He hops into Worgen form, so a bit extra pressure. Greymane, very strong, of course, in the Immortal Racing. That's why he's drafted on this map. And these teams are just about even heading into halftime. Slight lead for A&M, just about 235 points or so, if I'm doing the math correctly there. But now in a defensive spot, no level 10s. They're looking for the fight. They interrupt the Phoenix Warp, but into the fray will save him. Garrosh, great job. Huge silence here from Stukov. Now flipping over the Greymane. He's able to swipe and disengage, but falls anyway. Gardo GL's down. Boss Stun going to interrupt Phoenix from walking forward any further, but without the Greymane, this will be the second Immortal of the game for Arizona State University. #1 in innovation, taking them away with a Twin Blades variant. They even get the top fort. The Bruiser Camp from A&M was able to get through those turrets, but the Mule bringing that fort back to full health. Immortal will be spawning in the bottom lane as Phoenix joining up with Varian down here. Garrosh as well. Abathur now with level 10. He has that ultimate evolution. We'll see how he wants to use it. We've yet to see what his strategy is going to be. Is it going to be the Varian? Is it going to be the Phoenix? I just don't know yet. Felipe jumping forward on that Varian, trying to get Sparky. There's a cursed bullet, limiting the health of Felipe. Purification Salvo not doing barely anything as the bunker's there. Everyone's inside. Void Prison as well on the backside, shutting down Phoenix. But here we go, damage coming out. Igaro GL trying to finish off Felipe. The clone is dead. Immortal still alive. Mizono in trouble, gets stunned out by Garrosh. He's down. Sparky could be next, but he does have a shadow charge, putting him back where that boss was at the wall. He's surviving. They got through the fort. Now looking at a key wall is Arizona State University. No one from their team has fallen yet. Chris Yee pushing forward. Sparky used that well to get back up to full health. He's tossed back, getting stunned. Horrible spot. Diablo could fall here. 300 health. Fire Stomp and getting some of his health back is Sparky, but he finally goes down. Chris Yee is in trouble, but he gets so much armor. He's Garrosh. You need a way to finish him off. Hello, without his level 16 talent, not getting that extra cleave damage yet. And the Abathur comp, look at the structures. Full health up top. The Mule getting value again. Bottom fort sitting at full health. ASU able to rotate down to this camp. And Felipe, possibly story of the game thus far, playing Twin Blades and putting in work, especially in the Immortal Race department. So far, Varian looking like a smart choice and not something in the field of memes. Safe rotation here from A&M. They don't want to walk into that Varian. They have no idea what's going on in the lane. They're going to try to get all the way back to their wall, but here is Garrosh scouting this out. Sparky and the Lord Nato will be a little bit to interrupt. Garrosh taking a ton of damage. There's the Lightning Breath. Cursed Bullet as well, trying to finish off Chris E. 300 health. There's Edgardo finally jumping in, finding a kill. Now it's the Phoenix. He's getting stunned into the wall. Will he fall? He will. A double kill for Texas A&M. They got to use this to their advantage, but down bottom, take a look at this. Akazrakan pushing forward with some supporting from Abathur. Is being pinged to defend. Mizono, he's on his way back. This keep will take damage, but Blaze will be there to defend. Up top, trying to finish off structures is Texas A&M. Is being killed up by Mule so effectively. But they're going to make the pressure finally happen. They get down the wall. Immortal spawning in 3 seconds. Teams at full strength. Clone available. All heroics available except that Lightning Breath for Diablo. Even talent. Sparky being flipped over. He's on full souls right now. Excuse me, not full souls. He's at 48 souls. Lord Nato played early to push them back through that choke. Chris Yee gonna just bruise his way forward, playing linebacker role in that Lord Nato. There's the Void Prison onto 2. Root as well from the Decker Kayla. Epic meme, he's down. Stukov dead. Purification Salvo getting a lot of damage, but there's the bunker. Everyone hopping in. Gonna defend up against the Twin Blades Variant, trying to finish off Felipe now. He drops his Protect. He's slowed by Blaze. Felipe could fall here. Sparky charging forward. There's another Protect, but the Root's enough to get the kill. Edgardo GL, he's low. Getting killed off by Force King and this clone of Lupus, his Abathur, finally killed off by that big blast of Force King. A huge pickup. Finishing off that Greymane, gonna limit the Immortal Race that Texas A&M has available right now. Chris Yee still trying to play defense Of course, he's finished his Warbreaker at level 1, so getting a little bit extra with each Q that he throws out. Abathur up top using that mule on the top fort. Bruiser's available. Not going to be grabbed there by A&M as Varian back on the map. Greymane now back on the map. Chris E flipping over Blaze Mizono. He's got the bunker in 24 seconds, so not for a little bit. Finding this Phoenix, though, is Diablo, and Phoenix will fall. Force King down. Silence in a good spot. Lornado splitting away Felipe. But that's huge without Phoenix. Now A&M has advantage on the map trying to get this Immortal. Edgardo GL makes his way down. Sparky and Hello going to play a supporting cast here for the Greymane. Still halftime has not been pushed. We don't know where these Immortals will rotate to. Edgardo GL did lose some Wiz and Duelist stacks. He's back up to 7 as this Immortal is pushing halftime. Phoenix still dead for another 7 seconds. Bruiser camp on the map. See if Edgardo and Space Bacon want to go there. No. Chrissy in their face now on Garrosh. Gonna stun out Diablo. Flipping back Diablo. Sparky in trouble. Does have that Shadow Charge. Putting Garrosh into the boss, but not into the stun. There's Void Prison on top of Stukov. Scroll of Ceiling gonna lock him in, and the damage coming out with the Burst Curse Bullet. Lornado now locking in Chris Yee. Everyone jumping on top of Garrosh. He's down. A double kill for Texas A&M. Warping back as Force King. But this boss, the Immortal, I should say, will be taken by Texas A&M. The Bruiser's pushing up top. Blaze making his way to clear that out. Immortal number 2. The first one for Texas A&M will be picked up. They're trying to hold it as low as they can. They want to get their Blaze back with them. They want to get that Bruiser camp as well. But they get their Immortal, and they have to find structural damage, because with this Abathur, you've seen how much value throughout this game the Mule is getting, and it means that they have to, no pun intended, go for the throat on these structures. They need their Greymane in deep. They need to finish them off. They can't leave them hanging, because the Mule will continue to do what it's done all game and healing these structures back up to full health. But here we go, Immortal with a huge shield, 50% shielding in fact, onto this bottom fort. Wall's already down. Sparky's here. In the flank is the Zeratul. No Void Prison for him yet. They do have the Lightning Breath and this bunker. And here comes a charge onto Lupus. That's the clone. So clone down. Now big clump with level 16 for Hello. And the Zeratul means extra damage. He's very low and falls. But Chris E falls as well. Ends up being a 1-for-1. The Abathur clone down. Not available. This Immortal now pushing onto a keep wall. They do not have their Zeratul. Void Prison would have been up in 3 seconds instead. Now not an option for 30 seconds as Zeratul waiting to respawn. The Epic Mean holding down that silence as long as he could. Now not able to. Immortal still healthy. Now working down this keep. They have to finish it off, or else the clone, or excuse me, the Abathur will get the Mule value. They do get it down. Catapults will be this bottom lane. And A&M finally getting what they want in some of these fights and taking advantage out of it. 10-8 is the kill count in favor of A&M. They have 5 on their Greymane, but he's fallen 3 times. His Wiz and Duelist stack sitting about halfway done. 14 of the 30 right now for Greymane means extra damage coming through on this heavy frontline Varian and Garrosh. Varian with the hat on top, trying to get this Khazra camp, waiting for Blaze to show up. They have this Void Prison. See if Hello wants to use it. Cursed Bullet also an option if they want to jump. Here's Lupus in the clone onto that Phoenix yet again. See if Hello wants to drop the Void Prison. He's going to hop over the wall. Void Prison onto 1. Lupus the clone is down. Bunkers played. Big damage coming out from the jet propulsion, but saving a lot of it was the bunker. Le Epic Meme, he's in here. He's fallen. A double kill for A&M. And this is why you don't give Mizono his Blaze, especially if you're playing Phoenix, because they're going to get the value every time. That Wiz and Duelist Greymane was chasing down Garrosh, but instead they say, guys, we have to be finishing these structures. They set their focus onto this top fort. Still 20 seconds for Varian. Means they can start work on this top wall as well. Khazra camp's in tow. Sparky gonna lead the way on Diablo. That's exactly what they're gonna do. Get this wall down, knowing their Immortal will be pushing this lane. So at least get 1 tower down. Mizono over the wall. They do have the sidewall down. He does get taunted. The damage from Phoenix enough to finish off plays. Now Sparky in trouble, getting shot by this keep. Lornado trying to disengage it. Sparky, will you survive? Is there a warp from Force King? Yes, there is. Does he want to kill Diablo? Can he kill Diablo? Fire Stomp says, you're in trouble. There's a cleanse on the Force King from, oh my god. Oh my god, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Blaze is down. The Grey Maiden's down. Immortal has spawned. Sparky could be next to go, but he does finish off Phoenix. He's getting a lot of supporting from his Fire Stomps. Le Epic Meme, he's in trouble. Here comes Hello. He should be able to finish Stukov off. There he goes onto Le Epic Meme. Not quite enough. Does he want to go back in? Yes, he does. Stukov down. Sparky's still surviving. Oh, didn't get the back half of his Fire Stomp that time. Void Prison used just to disengage. Chris Yee and Felipe survive. Diablo and Blaze back on the field. Souls were used by Sparky. Catapult pressure mounting bottom lane. Bruiser Camp spawning in 2 seconds, but they're not going to look at it yet. They want to push halftime. Varian here on the top half, putting in damage on the blue Immortal. Hello is going to say, no, 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 not for free. Here's Sparky now, staying forward, splitting off the Garrosh, stunning him out. Chris Yee in a horrible spot. They have the Lornado, but still not there. They didn't need it. Garrosh is down. A big pickup for A&M. Now 15 to 11. They can move on to the Immortal, or they can get in onto this Bruiser Camp. That's the play. Hello walking forward. They're going to steal it away with Sparky. Big pickup there. And now Edgardo GL playing the Grey Mane. Going to push to halftime. Finally, this Immortal being focused by one of these teams. And Abathur. Not much to Mule for the rest of the game. Of course, has this keep with 1 turret. Has the core later on, but Mule, not a lot of value. Not much left at this point in the game. They lost their keep, and A&M decided it's time to really put the pedal to the metal and get some of those structures down. And that's exactly how you want to play this matchup up against an Abathur. They're even going to find this Bruiser Camp to pair along for the bottom lane and the catapult pressure that's mounting. Up top will be this Immortal with a 75% shield. We'll see how they want to play this. Looks like they're going to send all 5. All 10 heroics are available for all of our heroes in this match. Chris Yee looking to scout where he can. They want to take this fight behind it, but no level 20s, and level 20 is online. They jump right on top of Stukov. The Epic Meme is down. There's the bunker, helping everyone survive. Space Bacon popping out, throwing potions. Chris Yee now in trouble. Lornado was already used, so not able to lock him any further. There's the clone Lupus taking a lot of damage, but Sparky is healthy. Force King getting locked in, but has the warp over the wall, will survive. Cocktail, is there a cocktail? No, it's Mizono flipped over the wall. Pops Pyromania, Force King very low. There's Hello, blinking over, dropping the VP, releasing the VP, getting the quad kill, excuse me, mega kill if you want to count the clone being killed. And A&M from the state of Texas move on to the core. They're going to take a 2-0 victory over Arizona State University. #1 in innovation falling. Lornado getting moved back by the wall. But what a great set. A&M taking the win. The Maroon 5 improved their record now to 8-2 in this collegiate season. A lot of fun there. A lot of fun. Taking the 2-0. Texas A&M looking solid, especially towards the end. Greymane coming online. I didn't get to see what he finished his stacks at, but Edgardo GL with the Wizened Duelist. So devastating. Alpha Killer was chosen at level 16. That was doing work. And then the final fight, they had the Talontier. Got the blood, got the kills, got the win. Most importantly so. Yes, yes, and yes. Yep. NGS Discord. Fine. Alright, we're gonna get an interview, it looks like, with Space Bacon. So let me head on over to a Discord channel. Boop, boop. Hey, how's it going, Space Bacon?
Hey, going good.
Alright, so a lot to talk about. Let's start off. We had a doubleheader today. First match was up against Cal Polytech. What happened there? Obviously, it didn't go to plan, and it seemed like they had your number the entire afternoon.
I wouldn't say they had our number as much as we had our number. So starting off the Infernal Shrines game, a lot of it was something kind of minor would go wrong, and they would punish it and pick up a kill. And that led to us being behind levels, behind camps, behind going on to the shrines. So we were always fighting a fight that we had to pull something like kind of miraculous to win. And we almost did that a few times, but just the odds of having to really, really perform every single map, every single fight kind of just kept stacking against us. So that was really just a lot of small mistakes that got punished and snowballed.
Yeah, you guys had to deal with Titans Kings, Zeratul on both those maps. Hero Chat was saying, man, this kid's a one-trick. I've seen him play other stuff, so I'm not going to say he's a one-trick, but did it just... Was it too much pressure from Zeratul? What really was like the biggest downfall for you guys in those matches from your analysis?
Well, a lot of it was the Stukov, or the Stukov would not let our front line move forwards, and then in that time, the Zeratul was able to do a lot. Like he was able to poke in 3 or 4 times, and deal a lot of damage while we couldn't punish. Like he goes in. He should be able to deal some damage, and then we just sort of engage onto his team. But we weren't able to do that because of the Stukov, the Jaina, and the Blaze. Just the real zoning potential there bought him a lot of time to do stuff.
But then our second half of this doubleheader, up against another team that entered this week at 7-1, up against ASU. You guys look like a completely different team. What was the talk during the break between the two sets that really swung this back in your favor?
I would say the talk was kind of like lack of talk. Like, coming into the lobbies was the first time that we really even started talking again. We just sort of all took some time to cool off and make sure that we were reset, because that game, the first match, was definitely not us playing at our best and not us playing how we like to think that we normally play. So we knew that we just needed a reset. It wasn't like, oh, let's fix this or let's fix that. It's let's just reset, play how we normally play, and admit that those games were a fluke.
Quick shout out to Gnome Child and Simply Hebby for the follows. Hebby, you played that Stukov earlier very well. We were just talking about you. So thank you for the follow. So twice tonight, you guys brought us to Cursed Hollow, a map you guys mentioned last week that you'd like to play on. We're not going to talk about the first iteration of Cursed Hollow, but this second one this evening, you guys looked really solid, a completely different team. You had the Dahaka. I think this is the first time I've seen Mizono pick up the Dahaka in a while. What really led to victory? Was it the Mephisto damage, having to consume souls? It seemed like a focus was trying to shut down Chris E on the Garrosh.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of our damage was the Mephisto. And then a lot of what made us win, at least from my point of view, I kind of died every single team fight on Tyrande because I was trying to be on the front line, get off my stuns to follow things up, and really enable the Mephisto to do stuff. But in order to do that, I have to be in range of a Garrosh, and Deckard, and a Greymane.
Yeah,
so I basically just tried.
It was a Genji as well. It was like all of
yeah, and a Genji. Yeah, so I was just trying to make myself as difficult to kill as possible and get off 1, maybe 2 stuns in a fight, and then just hope that they overcommitted. Like I would cast Starfall on myself and then just hold Alt Q and spam that, and just try to make them blow as much on me as possible, so that Mephisto can get a lot of damage, get a lot of people low, and then finish it off with the ult.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like the Starfall was getting a ton in those fights. I don't know why they were stacked up so much, but it seemed like you were just getting like constant Q resets. We're able to swing a few rounds, especially in the late game. But yeah, you mentioned it. Just always under pressure from the Greymane, from the Genji, from all of it. You were on your back more than on your feet for a while. But the team pulled it out. I really loved what I saw out of Hello playing the Mephisto. I thought the Consumed Souls, they got the value where needed, and just overall was much better played than during the first half of the doubleheader on Cursed Hollow. So I commend you guys for that. Map number 2, you guys bring us to another map that we're starting to see you guys begin to like a lot again. It's Battlefield of Eternity. Is it overtaking your love for Volskaya, or what's the thought here?
Well, Volskaya was banned in both of the series.
I didn't.
We
see
definitely
the
wanted yeah, we definitely wanted Volskaya. So when we were talking about map picks, it was between Battlefield and Towers of Doom that are just some of the more some of the maps that we have a lot more experience on. And we went to Battlefield of Eternity because I don't know. Recently, we've been going to Cursed more, and then Volskaya when they let us. But a few months ago, Battlefield of Eternity was really one of our bread and butter maps. Our whole team really understands the rotations, early game camp timings, and then late game attack and defend. It's something that we felt really comfortable with, and everyone sort of was able to get on board with the calls.
So they went with a first pick Abathur, and from my perspective, the Abathur was getting the better half of that map for the first half, at least. The Mule was getting value. You got structures almost all the way destroyed, and then muled all the way back up. Finally, you guys win some fights, and it seemed like the mentality switched. You're like, hey, we can't go chasing kills. I saw a Greymane chasing down a garage for a second, and it was just kill these structures. We can't let Mule continue to get value. What was the mentality there, and was that a conscious decision by the team to start really focusing down these structures, or?
It wasn't as much focused on the structures. We were less worried about the Mule from Abathur and more worried about the fact that our solo lane was always going to be losing, because it was Twin Blades Varian with an Abathur hat versus a Blaze. So we were more worried about having to send someone to go to that 1.5 versus 1 and turn it into a 2v1. And then later on, we really just Diablo was able to punish the fact that with one fewer body on the field most of the time, you can afford to just run at them a lot more. And we started to really focus Stukov. He was playing really aggressive. I don't remember what his build was, but I feel like it was something that kind of required him to be more forwards, and we started punishing that. And just a lot of Diablo stuns, a lot of setups with. Later on, we got a lot of Void Prison value, where they were clumped up 2-ish people, and then with the Deckard 16 talent, we were able to really unfurl the scroll on the Void Prison and root him out of it, deal 900-ish damage, and then just lock him down.
Yeah, it really seemed like the second half was just so dominant. Ended up being 19 kills to 11 in favor of you guys. Of course, the Blaze being picked not only because of the bunker, but because Mizono is just an absolute beast on the hero. But you find yourself in another one of these games where Purification Salvo is in your face and the bunker is providing so much value. How does it feel having Mizono always on this hero and able to pull off the defensive maneuvering like that?
It's really nice. It really allows us to play forward, like I said, where we can just sort of walk past their team and we're not too worried about it, because as long as our whole team is walking past them, then our whole team will be on top of a bunker. So it's just, it enables you to play a lot more clumped up and get less punished for it. Like where we would have been clumped up for a salvo most of the time, the bunker just makes that not happen.
Well, I gotta say, huge congratulations on the win up against ASU, a former dorm championship university. Big pickup. Definitely helps after the earlier loss, and I believe that moves you guys to 8-2 during this season over at the Tespa Collegiate series. Looking forward to casting potentially more matches for you guys next week, as I've really been enjoying the opportunity to get to check out some of these college squads, and honestly, the level of play we saw today was right on par with anything you're going to see. Open Division, top tier NGS or Heroes Lounge, whatever you're looking at. This was impressive HOTS this afternoon, so I commend you for that. But Space Bacon, before I let you go, I want to give you an opportunity for some shout outs. The floor is yours, my man.
I guess, like I said, as usual, shout out our organization, Texas A&M Esports. We're really looking to do a lot more. Our organization's looking to support us financially with a bunch of resources and putting us just in contact with a lot of other organizations out there. And we're hoping to make them proud by bringing home some results.
Well, gig 'em, as they say, right?
Yeah, gig 'em.
Well, I gotta say, really impressed with the play. Impressed with the organization you guys have put together there. Wishing you best of luck. I will not see you until then. Next week on Saturday, I'll be casting it here on Twitch. Actually, no, excuse me, twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. You'll see the Heroic Division Grand Finals, Texas A&M up against Regen Black, my home team, up against my new home team. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. My buddy Ragnarok will be joining for the cast. Space Bacon, I wish you and the boys a lot of luck in preparations for that matchup.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Twitch, that is all we have for this afternoon. I want to thank everyone for stopping in for this doubleheader. Shout out to our follows, Lowell Alterations, Mike Hawk, Stream O Colada, Recyclic for the resub, Jackrius for the sub, Gnome Child, and Simply Heavy for those late follows. You guys are beautiful. I will see you guys next weekend, for some more Casting Heroes of the Storm action coming your way. Until then, I'll see you guys in the Nexus.